Jean? Oh, you're the girl from the dance hall.
That's right.
Where am I?
This is my place. I brought you here last night.
Oh, what? Oh, the shoulder.
I bathed it, put a bandage on. You made me promise not to call a doctor.
Did you call one?
No.
Thanks.
Can you eat something?
No, not just yet.
I've got to be getting to work pretty soon.
Well, what time is it?
About 6.
At night?
Uh-huh.
I've really been out. Wait a minute. What'd you knock yourself out for?
What do you mean?
Bringing me here.
You needed help.
I can't pay you nothing.
I didn't expect anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know what it is to be alone. Need somebody to help you.
Oh. I suppose you've been wondering what this is all about. Why I got shot.
I didn't ask you, did I?
No. There's some guys who want to get their hands on me.
Gangsters?
I guess you'd call them that.
Why don't you call the police?
I can't.
Why not? They'd help you.
I'll explain some other time.
Well, you better get some more sleep.
You leaving?
Yeah, I'm going to work.
Jean.
Huh?
I'm going to ask you one more favor. Will you call the place I work? I'll give you the number. Tell them I won't be in.
Well, sure, but...
But what?
You never told me your name.
Oh. It's Gibson. Larry Gibson.
Anything happened while I was out?
Bill called. He went out and examined the car that was used in the bank job, but he couldn't find a thing.
Any news from the police?
No. How'd you make out, Jim?
I finally found the hotel where Gibson was living.
Was living?
Yeah, he checked out the morning of the stick-up. One of the bellboys said that he took Gibson's bags down to the railroad station, checked them, but he never came back for the claim checks.
That's funny.
I got the claim checks and went down to the station. The bags were still there.
Did you go through them?
Yeah, but there wasn't anything in them that might be a lead, just some shirts and socks and 2 old suits.
It sounds like he intended to come back for the checks, but never got a chance.
Yeah, I guess that must be it. He must have just grabbed a train when he ran into the railroad station.
Do you have any friends at the hotel?
No, Chetty was a loner, but the clerk told me he was sick a lot. He used to use the house doctor.
Did you get to see him?
Yeah. He told me that Gibson had quite a bad case of tuberculosis.
Well, that would explain the fit of coughing during the stick-up.
Yeah. But it doesn't explain why he didn't use the getaway car.
Jim, I'm convinced he ran into that railroad station on purpose. It wasn't just the first safe place.
I'm inclined to go along with you on that. I've got the switchboard working on something now that might prove you to be right.
What's that?
Well, the doctor up at the hotel told Gibson to go away to a sanitarium up in the mountains.
Any particular one?
No, he gave him a list of places.
I see.
Special Agent Taylor. Yeah. He is, huh? Yeah, thanks very much. Now, will you put through a call to police headquarters up there for me? That's right. Thanks. Switchboard, Chet. They've located Gibson at one of the sanitariums.
Good.
Will you hold down the office? I'm going to take a run up there right now.
Jane, what happened to you last night?
I went home.
What happened to that tall kid you were dancing with?
Who?
Your last customer.
Oh, he didn't feel good. He needed some fresh air.
Mm-hmm. So you went out the back door with him and down the fire escape.
How do you know?
I saw you.
Oh.
Hey, look, Gene, I don't want to run your life, but be careful, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, that tall kid's red hot.
I don't understand, Grace.
There was a guy in here last night after you two left. He was looking for him.
A cop?
No, a hoodlum. And he's here again tonight.
Where?
Walking toward us right now.
In the brown suit?
Uh-huh.
Grace, what'll I do?
It's too late for anything now, honey.
I got some tickets here. I want to dance.
Yeah, with me, honey?
No, honey, with her.
Oh, well, she's kind of tired.
Shut up. Come on, sister.
But...
Dance, I said. That's it.
My, but you're an awfully good dancer. You just seem to have so much rhythm.
Stop the routine. Where's Larry Gibson?
Who?
The guy you took out of here the back way last night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You took him out of here. He didn't go home, so he must have gone to your place. Where you live.
That's none of your business.
Look, you better answer me.
I don't have to. I don't have to dance with you either. Find yourself another girl.
That's you, Jean?
Yeah.
Think this is pretty early for you to be home?
Uh-huh.
You didn't get fired on account of me, did you?
No, Larry. I came home because you're in trouble.
What do you mean?
A man came up to the dance hall. He was looking for you.
What was his name?
I don't know. Danced with me. He asked me where you were.
What'd you tell him?
I said I didn't know.
What'd he look like?
Short, with black hair and a mustache.
And a scar on his right cheek?
That's right.
That's Russ Crowley. He's the guy who shot me.
What does he want?
Nothing. I gotta get out of here, though. I don't want to get you in trouble.
August 15th, 1952, this is your FBI. The news of that day is next. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater, some of the greatest radio programs of all time. And we're listening to an episode of This Is Your FBI, August 15th, 1952. And on the newspapers of the day, 64 years ago today, Friday, August 15th, these were some of the headlines. Dateline: United Nations, the U.S. warned Friday it reserved the right to use the A-bomb and germ warfare to suppress aggression until such weapons are eliminated by an ironclad system of international safeguards. The warning made by U.S. Delegate Benjamin J. Cohen before the UN Disarmament Commission, where Russia has repeatedly demanded that the UN ban atomic weapons and germ warfare. Dateline: Washington, President Truman told CIO leaders Friday the American voters will elect Adlai Stevenson president and make the Republicans like it. Stevenson, Truman told the Unionists, is an honorable man and a progressive man. He lauded the CIO action in endorsing the Illinois governor for president. Dateline: Seoul, 200 Chinese communists charged up Bunker Hill in a driving rainstorm Friday in a sixth attempt to capture the strategic height, but American Marines again cut them to pieces with a deadly rain of shell fire and machine gun bullets. The Chinese, apparently the survivors of a regiment that once numbered more than 2,000 men, launched a surprise attack without benefit of preparatory artillery. Dateline: Seoul, thousands in this war-torn capital cheered wrinkled Syngman Rhee as he was inaugurated to his second term as president of South Korea. He promised no rest until the communists are licked. Dateline: Springfield, Illinois, farm, labor, and political leaders called on Governor Adlai Stevenson Friday for talks that may play an important part in the Democratic presidential campaign. Stevenson, the Democratic presidential nominee, plunged into the conferences before meeting Saturday with his brain trust of party chiefs who will advise him on strategic and tactics for the big vote drive ahead. Dateline: New York, Frank Costello, underworld gambling kingpin, surrendered Friday to begin serving his first prison term in 37 years. Costello, who had been free on $5,000 bail, was convicted of contempt by the United States Senate for refusing to answer questions concerning his finances before the Senate Crime Committee at a televised hearing in New York in May of 1951. Dateline: Istanbul, a competent source said Friday troops of communist Bulgaria fired on a Greek blockhouse near the border village of Kula Wednesday, killing 2 Greek soldiers. The new Greek-Bulgarian border incident was reported amid rumors of possible joint Greek-Turkish army maneuvers in Greece thrice next month. 6 Greeks and 6 Turkish destroyers are engaging in joint naval maneuvers in the Aegean Sea beginning Saturday. Dateline: Panmunjom, the communists advised the United Nations Friday they've established 1 new prisoner of war camp, expanded 2 more, and moved 2 others to different locations. The information contained in a letter from North Korean General Nam Il, chief communist truce delegate, to Major General William K. Harrison, senior Allied delegate. Dateline Springfield, Illinois. Alban W. Barkley says he plans to retire from public life when his term as vice president ends next January. The 74-year-old Veep told a Democratic rally at the Illinois State Fair, "I expect to retire from office at that time." He says he'll be leaving a public life he's enjoyed for more than 40 years. Dateline Kunching, Sarawak. Terrorist raids which have gripped this British Crown colony flared again Thursday night in a Kuching suburb on Borneo, where armed bandits raided a Chinese farmer's house and stole 10,000 straight dollars, about 3,300 U.S., and 10 ounces of gold. Police expressed belief the bandits were part of the gang which killed one policeman and injured 2 others last week. Dateline Washington, some canned baby foods such as custards and mixed preparations will jump slightly in price next week. The Office of Price Stability issued an order effective next Tuesday permitting grocers to eliminate the customary discounts given on multiple purchases of baby foods. Price officials said the price increase will amount to about a penny on each 2 or 3 cans. Dateline Manila, more outlaws and communist hawks battled soldiers Friday in widely separate areas of the Philippines. In the south, the Air Force prepared to use flaming gelled gasoline after 150 outlaw followers of Datu Kamlan withstood ground and naval attacks on their stronghold at the eastern tip of Yolo Island. Dateline Crescent City, search parties have reached the wreckage of a light sport plane which crashed near the Smith River Canyon on the California-Oregon border late Thursday. One of the plane's occupants was dead and the pilot was seriously injured. The Piper Tri-Pacer with 3 Brookings, Oregon men had crashed 1.5 miles from the State Line Airport at Brookings. Dateline Balmoral, Scotland. Britain's young Princess Anne, a bright little blonde with an independent sparkle in her eye, is 2 years old, and court gossips already are picking her a husband. The speculation ranges over a wide list of blue bloods in short pants, all of them young aristocrats whose family connections are bound to bring them near the young princess. And Dateline New York City, Aaron G. Bass ran into some tough luck Thursday when his car was stolen and wrecked. But he ran into tougher luck when police recovered it. Seems in the glove compartment, police found 11 traffic tickets Bass has ignored. He was brought into court, fined $96. Those some of the day's top news stories on this Friday, August 15th, 1952. On your radio, this is your FBI. We continue with the Dime a Dance stick-up following these important words from your favorite station. Classic Radio Theater, now the conclusion of This Is Your FBI, August 15th, 1952.
That's you, Jean?
Yeah.
Think this is pretty early for you to be home?
Uh-huh.
You didn't get fired on account of me, did you?
No, Larry. I came home because you're in trouble.
What do you mean?
A man came up to the dance hall. He was looking for you.
What was his name?
I don't know. Danced with me. He asked me where you were.
What'd you tell him?
I said I didn't know.
What'd he look like?
Oh, short, with black hair and a mustache.
And a scar on his right cheek?
That's right.
That's Russ Crowley. He's the guy who shot me.
What does he want?
Nothing. I gotta get out of here, though. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Larry.
What?
Please let me call the police.
No.
But he'll kill you. I know he will.
Let me take care of myself.
But they shot you once. Please, Larry.
Honey, there's an awful good reason why I can't.
But you've got...
Look, Jean. I got a brother. He's older than me. His name is Fred. And he's been in trouble ever since I can remember.
Trouble?
Yeah, with the cops. Last week, he and 3 of his gang held up a bank.
What?
They held up a bank. Fred found out the other 3 guys were going to double-cross him, so he beat them to it and ran away with the loot.
Were you mixed up in it?
No. But they came to my house and talked to my landlady. She told them I'd gotten a phone call from my brother.
Well, how'd she know?
The phone's in the hall. She answers it. These guys want to know where Fred went with the money. I'm not going to tell them.
Larry, I think it's swell that you're nice to your brother, but if it means getting killed...
Fred's sick. So sick he's only got about 6 months to live. That's why I can't go to the cops. I'd have to tell him where he is. I don't want him to spend his last few months in any prison.
What are you going to do, Larry?
Well, one thing I've got to do for sure, and that's get out of here.